Dude, I'm not messing around this morning. Immediate dance music. It's about 4 miles of town. Still not over my lost water bottle. Still making me very sad. But I'm just gonna dance it out. Love the look of this windblown snow. So cool. And better yet, it's super solid. Oh no. I can feel it. I can feel it getting weaker. What the heck is this clippage? My quads are totally burnt out right now. I mean, this isn't great snow conditions, you know, but I got no oomph right now. I mean, granted, I don't have any food left, so that doesn't help, but I can only do little spurts, and my quads are burning like I just finished a set of squats. This little stretch of trail here, how many ever miles this was, I think it was like freaking 30. It beat up my legs, and they just haven't recovered yet. This next stretch is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to do Rangeley to Grafton Notch. It's like almost 50 miles. And the snow conditions are going to be like this. So 8 miles a day, probably tops. Just under 7 days worth of food. And I have to step up my calories. It's going to be a heavy load. It's like 2 miles of town, and this is going to take me forever. I'm just total wimpo mode right now. It's a beautiful day out, though. Look at the sun shining. I think it's supposed to get like high 20s. My bitch ass quads and legs. You know, it's probably my mind too. I could push, but I'm just being lazy. Whatever. Yeah, I'm looking forward to town food. I'm hungry. Why would I even do this to myself? I'm just like hiking along, bored, going slow. Like, God, why don't I just watch a YouTube video? And I love watching videos of Gordon Ramsay cook. How evil would that be to do that to myself? To watch a Gordon Ramsay cooking video when I'm a couple long miles from town with no food. That's just crazy. I can't believe I even thought of that. Okay. Still rocking out to dance music. Dude, by the end of the trail, I'm gonna have some sick moves, man. Made it to the road. Now time to hitch to Rangeley. So here's the gist, kids. I ended up hitching from the road to Rangeley, resupplied there, and then the hostel that I stayed at in Stratton is kind of in between Stratton and Rangeley. So then I just hitched to that hostel again, and I'm staying here again. It's awesome. And so I'm filming this the day before I leave. So ended up taking 2 zeros. I didn't film diddly. So the next video will be from the first 0. And then the other videos will be from the second 0. And I could have filmed more, but I didn't. There was a ski club and another hiker staying here. I just hung out with them the whole time. I didn't want to film stuff. I'm sorry. But I'm going back trail tomorrow. Okay. Dude, why do my eyes look like that? I don't know. First one to a brain freeze wins. Hurt my teeth. Ow, my teeth. My teeth hurt more than my brain. I'm on the cusp. I can't get it. I'm impervious to brain freeze. Oh, my teeth. Come on. I'm too strong to get a brain freeze. I don't know what's going on. My teeth just freaking hurt. Come on, brain freeze, I'm gonna run out of ice cream. Cut the stupidest video I've ever made. You wouldn't believe it. I pretty much got everything I needed to get in town. I got an Nalgene. I got an exact replica of the Yeti bottle I lost. I thought that bottle was like a unicorn. I didn't think I was going to find that at all. And I even got neoprene socks. 2.5 mils, a little bit bigger than the other ones I had. So I think the other ones were a little too small. We're kind of squeezing some blood out of my toes. So hopefully these work a little bit better. Then I went to the post office, sent home some of the straps for my pack, my Nalgene, my tights I've never worn this entire time yet, and the emergency bivvy that weighed a bunch that I was just never going to use. Dude, huge success. So now, I probably should have just stayed. What kind of car is coming? Fucking semi. Probably just should have stayed around town and tried to get a hitch at like somewhere that's more populated, but I wanted to find something. Here's a car coming. I don't want to be talking to my camera. But what was I saying? Oh, maybe I should have stayed in town and tried to hitch like closer to one of the places, but who knows. I'm just walking the road, and if it doesn't work out for a while, like I'll walk it for like an hour, hitch it. If that doesn't work out, I can always just give the hostel a call. They said they're more than willing to give me a ride, so that'll be cool. Damn, the car in front of me, they put on their brakes and slowed down. For a second I thought they were going to give me a ride, but I'm a weirdo talking to a action camera. Plus, I always wonder if like this camo synthetic, like, does camo scare people? I don't know. It's like, you know, camo's like military aggressive, so I don't know if that scares people or not off from giving me a ride. But other things, this morning I took apart my MSR pump that goes into the bottle, because I don't know if you've watched earlier videos, it wasn't working, and supposedly the pump cup seal that's on the pump can shrink a little bit and not make a good seal. So I was worried that maybe cracked or something went on there. I was able to still get it to work when I was out there, but I had to pump it really, really fast for a while until all of a sudden it would seat. So I took that apart, looked at all the seals, nothing was cracked, everything looked good, oiled it all up, tested it out. So I'm pretty happy about that, but it kind of just means I have to keep that a little bit warmer. There's zero traffic on this road. Well, if I don't feel like giving the hostel a call, it can just be a nice 15-mile road walk. Yep. Okay, so here's the water bottle. Hey, nice of that. And then I had to get a different Nalgene because the other one, on the inside of the lid, these traditional Nalgenes just have it's just plastic on plastic, but that one had a rubber gasket that kept on freezing and getting twisted, and I just knew it was going to cause a problem. So I like that bottle because it has that general store name on it, which was really cool, but I just needed a more traditional one. I've got to throw away my MSR stove bag because this hole is just too big, so I guess I'm just going to be dealing with a plastic bag with that for now. Oh, and just for the confusion about, if you had any confusion about the fuel can and what I was talking about, this rod, at the very end of this rod, the pump, there's a little cup that's like it's like an O-ring rubber cup that pumps the air in. And as you can tell now, it's pumping, but it wasn't catching before. So that's why I had to take apart the whole thing. And these are really pretty easy to take apart and repair. So that's nice. And I have a diagram on my phone, but was able to take it apart, didn't see anything wrong, just oiled it up with the pump cup oil that I carry around with me. So hopefully that'll make it seal good. Carrying 6 days of food. I mean, dude. Look at this. how much this food this is. And that's not all of it. I also have a jar of peanut butter, 3 bricks of cheese, and then this is tomorrow's day of food that's going to be on the outside of my pack. Oh, here, because I always like seeing what people eat. Just for information, it's kind of just a junk food resupply again. One of these days I'll do something more healthy, but I kind of have to have like hyper palatable stuff to be able to. This is 4,820, I believe, calories a day. So I kind of need like hyper palatable stuff just to be able to eat that much food. But Pop-Tart, some Cliff knockoff bar, Snickers, Crunch bar, Builder bar, Cheez-Its, combos. Haven't really eaten these much, but a package of them was like 600, 700 calories. Oreos, Sour Patch Kids because they didn't have gummy clusters, a bunch of different assortment of M&M types. And then I have mac and cheese for dinner and bricks of cheese. So that's on my resupply. And then I'm also bringing, because it's going to be really cold, and these things are awesome. I found all these in the hiker box, but I will be bringing 6 stick-on body warmers because it's going to be really cold this stretch. I probably won't use those every night, but God, they're just so nice. I just really want extras. 2 of these super warmers just for shits and gigs. And I'm curious about these. I saw these in the hiker box. They're hand warmers, but their whole gimmick is that this is like a resealable package that you can use them, multi-use warmers. Use them and then put them back in, and then use them again. So I'll be curious to know if that works out, because I just use these things in my gloves in the morning to kind of get my hands going, and then 20 minutes into hiking, I'm throwing the hand warmers into my pockets or into my backpack because the gloves are too hot. So I'm bringing all those hand warmers. These ones are all going back in the hiker box. So at one point I was thinking I was going to bring 10 of them, but just realized that was way too much to pack. Oh, and here are the new neoprene socks. And I had to write left and right on them because these are, can you kind of tell it's tapered? And they're like Sims wading socks. These are only 2.5 millimeter, whereas these ones I've been using are 3. But as you can see, I've worn holes in the heel on that one. And this one has a giant hole in the heel, and also the stitching is coming undone at the bottom there, if you can see. I'm gonna bring both pairs because I really don't want to deal with any problems. I know these other ones work, but they have holes in them. So I'm gonna bring those just in case the Sims, for whatever reason, don't work. And then if the Sims do work on this stretch, then I'll pitch the old ones and just use those, but I want to have both of them just in case. And I think that's everything new that's going on. I'm all dusty from my food bag. Yeah, extremely excited that I was able to find that Yeti water bottle. It's heavy as shit, but it works, and I like things that work for keeping my water and not ice. This stretch is going to be weird because there's not a lot of water. It's 6 days. I can't be melting snow for all my water. I don't have enough fuel for that. So this stretch, name of the game is find water and don't melt snow. That's everything.